Mic check.
Mic check.
Europe and America,
The mic sounds
there's
like
a
it's really
growing
staticky.
feeling of hysteria. So we send all our money for a proxy war without even asking what they're using it for. Mr. Putin says, what a weak, sad man. I'll take Ukraine because of course I can. Our economy has hit the floor, but Joe Biden loves their country more. How can we save our sanity from aging boomers' vanity? The press is excited to spin their lies. Forget what you're seeing with your own eyes. They're confused about biology. They force racist ideology. What would have saved us, me and you, is if the Jan 6 thing was a real coup. They set an impossible precedent while the lockdowns made everyone hesitant. The election was thusly fortified and integrity duly set aside. Mr. Biden says I will sniff on you. I don't subscribe to his pervy view. It's such a creepy thing to do as Joe Biden grubs your children too. He's confused about biology. He shirks his own theology. His installation was planned to screw because the Dems hate their own people too.
Live from the CounterCultureWISE newsroom, it's Interviews to the Max, with your favorite interviewer and mine, Maximilian von Riegelbieser.
Hello to you all from CCW land. I'm as punched as pleased tonight to bring you interviews with two legendary lawmakers. First up tonight is the Republican Senate Minority Leader from Kentucky, wherever that is, Mitch McConnell. How are you tonight, good sir?
I'm doing good.
That is wonderful to hear, Senator, and congratulations on your continued success. All the same, my good man, I feel compelled from the bottom of my padded paws to address your recent health scares. Earlier this year, you had a fall which resulted in a concussion. You have been using a wheelchair to get around, and just the other day, you froze in mid-sentence during a press conference while appearing to have a stroke. With all due respect, Senator, do you think it's a good idea to stay in office for the rest of your term?
That's just a silly question, boy. I've been doing this for years, and I'm not one to let a couple of setbacks stop me from keeping this cushy job.
A most excellent attitude to have, Senator. In that spirit, let's move on. Speaking recently on the Senate floor, you said that China wants to build a military training base in Cuba. What possible reason do you think they would want to do that? The cigars, maybe?
Mr. Cat, of all the nations in the world, China is the biggest economic and political threat to the United...
Senator? Mr. McConnell? Mitch? Hello? Is anyone in there? Oh, dear.
We've got him, Max. Senator, sir, let's step over here for a moment.
Step over here? I hope you mean step into an ambulance.
We've got it under control, Mr. Cat. We do this all the time.
All the time? Well, all right. We'll try and return to Mr. McConnell shortly. For the moment, though, let's talk to another longtime Senate member. In fact, she is the oldest living member of this esteemed body. Please welcome Democratic Senator from California, Miss Dianne Feinstein.
Hello. Wow, you are one funny-looking man.
I'm sure I would be if I were.
What?
I understand that you were recently hit with a case of shingles. As it turns out, we rent our studio space from a roofing company, and say what you will about them, they would never throw boxes of their shingles at us. Not only would it be wasteful, it simply isn't the right thing to do.
What?
I understand that due to your recent illness, you were unable to vote on important legislation, which held up some of the programs that President Biden was trying to get passed. This leads me to ask the same question I asked Mr. McConnell a few minutes ago. Do you think that you will be able to do your job successfully through the end of your current term?
I have been doing my job successfully.
Excuse me?
I've been on the floor every day, voting on things that matter to the American people.
But you were at home for months.
I was on the Senate floor. Ask the right questions.
I did.
Did what?
First base. Anyway, looking ahead, what do you plan to accomplish leading up to your retirement?
This legislation would close up the loopholes that have made it possible for large corporations to get tax breaks while exploiting the working class.
That's not what I asked. And what legislation are you talking about anyway?
That's the problem with you Republicans. You never listen.
Republican. Humph. As if cats could be anything but libertarian. She's the first guest that was out of here before we began. Thank you for talking with me today, Senator. Goodbye. Well, let's see how they're doing with Senator McConnell. Is he up and running again?
Just about there, Max. In 3, 2, 1.
States. And building a military installation of any kind so close to our borders is a threat to the security of the whole region.
So you're saying it is a bad idea for a nation to use another nation to threaten a proxy war with us. Am I hearing that correctly?
I say you're the most astute cat I've ever met.
Then why do you support sending untold billions of dollars into Ukraine, wherever that is, to do the same thing to Russia?
Are you mocking me, boy? I take back what I said about you being astute. Why, you ain't nothing but a...
Hound dog? On those 4 notes, I say it is time to put this one to bed. Tune in next time for another interview to the max. Any bank that's worth a bag of salt these days offers you alerts about your balance and your credit score. But is just knowing your balance really helping you? You need honest, in-the-moment financial advice from a trusted voice. At For Reals Bank, we are taking it to the next level. Introducing For Reals Alerts, the most honest money messaging you've ever experienced. You choose the voice that best fits your personality and needs, and we'll do the rest.
Dang, girl, you's a broke-ass hoe. You need to slow down and stop spending your baby daddy's hard-earned money. And what are you doing shopping at Macy's? You could have got that at the dollar store.
For the love of God, stop buying her drinks! Dude, she's already told you she's not going out with you! Besides, your alcoholic ass doesn't have any money left! Where were you gonna take her, the laundromat? For God's sake, stop already!
All right, lard-ass. After the 4th Arby's and 7th McDonald's transaction this week, we've locked your account for any more purchases outside of protein powder and a gym membership. Start walking and stop driving through, lardball!
According to our records, your savings balance is currently $0.08. Your most recent transaction was a withdrawal of $5,452,926.48, made 5 hours ago by your now former business partner, Bob. Bob is now on a private plane with your wife heading for an undisclosed island in the Pacific. I have connected to your GPS and am now searching for the tallest building nearby with an accessible roof.
Go to forrealsbank.com to sign up today. For Reals Bank, member FDIC, the Federally Dependent Idiots Committee.
And a happy howdy doody to all you out there in CounterCultureWISE land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another night of CounterCultureWISE Radio.
Yeah!
I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. Melanie Hope, and here with me is, well, I'm kind of married to the guy, so he's kind of my husband, and he's also my best friend. I tell him everything, poor schmuck. And, you know, guys, he's kind of my sweet baboo. Mr. James Mona!
Hi. She was so excited she didn't play the opening tune.
I didn't. I was so excited. You know what? I can do that. It's just not the same without it.
Welcome to CounterCultureWISE, a Stormcap production.
Yeah!
The views expressed on this podcast are those of the hosts, our guests, and the dog, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any of our platforms, our advertisers, or any other dog.
As you listen today, please remember we are so much more than a podcast. All of our stories we discuss are linked in our show notes on CounterCultureWISE.com. Visit there for commentary, guest photos and links, animations, and fun merchandise.
If you have a story idea or would like to be a guest on our show, contact us via our website. You can also follow us on Twitter, Gab, Instagram, Facebook, and all over social media, where we'll post memes, cat pics, and commentary that gets us booted off on a regular basis.
Locals, rumbles.
If you're listening live, be sure to join our chat on Spreaker. If you're listening dead, please stop voting Democrat.
And even if
But
you're
enjoy the
alive,
show
stop
anyway.
doing that.
Yeah,
Please.
stop it.
Honestly, enough.
Already. Go, Max.
All right.
Alrighty,
So, where was
okay,
I?
there we go. I
Sweet
played
Baboo,
the thing.
James Monas. Yay.
Sweet Baboo, me, Melanie the Thing, and while you're thinking about it, drop everything.
What was the... Ow.
Well, you were combing your knot hair, and it threw me off.
Oh, the comb. Yeah.
Head on over to counterculturewise.com for all of the links, extra goodies, and lots of stuff. I mean, there's lots of stuff there. Just you're missing out if you ain't going to counterculturewise.com. Also, join our locals, because you will get, holy crap, this is actually happening like 2 or 3 days earlier than everybody else, and other fun things.
Yes.
Lots more to come.
I know you think it's silly that I'm holding on to a comb.
What's with the comb, Jim?
I
You could really use it on your eyebrows.
I could. The thing
Your
is,
eyebrow.
I
You could take your mustache and
Honest-
just like comb over the
okay.
whole face.
Honestly, I had a joke. Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, you could do this. You could do that. No, it's
Start
not
over,
worth
start
it
over, start over.
anymore. I can't.
Sweet Baboo!
I was considering getting rid of my comb, but I just can't part with it. Okay, great. Now I've done it. I said the joke. And you're like, well, you could, I don't know, comb your butt hairs with it, or possibly comb the cat with it, or possibly
I did not say butt
mow the
hairs.
lawn
There
with
were
it,
no
or
butt hairs.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, no butt hairs were hurt in the making of this audio. Gravity.
I guess I need to do this gesture too sometimes.
Yeah. I'm trying to teach Jim sign language, and he's just not cotton to it. So we'll keep working. We'll keep working. Okay. Well, what's going on with Megan? What's her name?
Well, Megan, what's her name?
Do
As
people
you,
actually watch women's soccer? I mean, do they?
Oh, yeah.
actually, really?
but you also have to understand, this was international. This is World Cup, and some people watch
I didn't even know that was
soccer
going on.
Yeah, it's Women's World Cup, and
Megan, who was the captain of the
Little Miss Pink Hair,
yep,
whiny brat, hate the White House, hate America.
She decided she was going
trample the flag.
Yeah. She was going. She's
surprised
retiring.
She didn't get arrested in Russia for carrying pot. Oops, wrong person. Same person.
Yeah, whatever. Same idea. She announced she was going to retire at the end of this season after the World Cup.
Be able to make that much money, retire, and bitch about it the rest of your life.
Well, I don't know if she's going to do that because she had a humiliating defeat today. The 16th.
Oh, defeat. Isn't
yeah,
that
she
the
got
body part she uses?
The coach put her in to finish the game, and
I'm ready to play today. Not so much?
Not so much. She wasn't ready to play today. She messed up so badly. The last kick, she had a free kick, and it was the first time she went hard right.
Was it like trying to punt a field goal when literally the beast is waiting for you to toss him the ball?
No, it wasn't like that.
As bad as that.
She just kicked. I know.
Sorry,
that's Seahawks
fans.
But no, she kicked the ball so far away from the goal. It wasn't even funny. That was the third of several That was really. She's in rare form tonight, folks.
Anymore.
I can take this comb and never mind. But I just. She burst into tears and left, and
what?
And Twitter.
What? She burst into tears and left
because she lost the game. She lost the damn game. This is a team. Listen unto me.
Listening unto you.
This is the team.
Would you stop waving your comb at me? It's freaking me out.
Good.
What's with the comb?
It was to make the joke that you just. It was to make the joke that you destroyed. Good gravy. Anyway, she lost the game.
Mr. Baldboy, this is a team. I'm the one who destroyed the joke.
This is a team that perennially placed first, and they believed that they would win again this year, and they went out in the 16th level. They didn't even make the semifinals. So she's gone, and Twitter is a beautiful. I'm sorry, X is a beautiful place to be right now because. They are hammering her.
The playground formerly known as
Twitter. they are hammering her like a rusty nail on Twitter.
Got some examples? Let's look it up.
Oh yeah, there's.
I'm sure hashtag Rapinoe is. Oh dear, it actually is.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Okay, let's see what they're saying.
It's brutal.
Rapinoe.
While she's doing that, we want to. Wish Lucille Ball a happy 112th birthday. Today would have been her 112th birthday.
Oh, God, please tell her. Somebody shared earlier Desi singing the theme song. I love Lucy and so do you. I did not know there were words
Yeah,
to
there were
it.
lyrics.
Huh? Back in the day, they were so adorable.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with no professional quote-unquote athlete can suck this hard. At a certain point of disgrace, your pride steps in. Well, good. It's good she's on that old rainbow because she's got lots and lots of that. The coach is forced to bench. I'm now 100% convinced that Megan Rapinoe intentionally sabotaged Team USA. Now, why would she do that? Honestly,
she wouldn't.
Wow.
She's not that.
I mean,
you know.
She
she's trying
to missed like the living daylights out of that, though.
Yeah, see what I mean? There's
missing, and then there's like, I'm just gonna kick this just any old dang place. Boing! Ravenny.
Yeah,
and
it was.
Of course her hair is blue.
You or I could have kicked it like that. I mean, that's just stupid.
Yeah, seriously, our dog could have kicked it like that.
Keep
in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a lady who disrespects the flag by literally tramping all over it and saying she hates the country that pays her millions of dollars to play with balls for a living. Yeah, that's kind of sucky.
She really messed up.
Bonk. Yeah, lots of replays. She does look like a little blue-haired boy, though.
Yeah. Whereas the Swedish looked like all women, you know.
Well, we would do
tall,
just
slender,
needs to
blonde
look
women.
like-
You know, Rod
look
Stewart's
like
wet
the
dream
Reubens.
if we're a
Yeah.
soccer team.
All right, so I know we spend the first few minutes of our podcast saying goodbye to dead people, which is kind of...
I didn't want to do that this time.
I didn't either yet. I'm going to admit, I had a Norm Macdonald epiphany with Paul Reubens.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of discounted Pee-wee. I knew him from, what was it, Up in Smoke? Or the,
Yeah, he made an appearance in two of the Cheech and Chong movies. Not Up in Smoke, but Nice Dreams and Next Movie.
It was Nice Dreams.
Yeah.
Turn into lizards. Yeah.
I'm not sorry I took the money.
Yeah. And, you know, he had a full-on career, and then, of course, he was disgraced with the whole getting caught doing what every other guy in that particular theater does.
I know, it was like, yeah.
Frankly,
it's a non-issue.
There were no children around.
No.
That's literally what that joint was for.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of don't have an issue for it. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for the guy. I just watched... he was on The Dating Game. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was one of the 3 bachelors on The Dating Game. He lost out to a couple guys I've never heard of before, but they were, 1970s, button down, gold chains, the whole bit.
Right.
But God bless him, he stayed in character, and I'm just going to say it. His character was sweet and innocent and kind, and I'm saddened, or maybe I'm just not aware that there was never an interaction between him and Mr. Rogers, because they had a very similar quality.
Yeah.
And while Paul Reubens was a little more edgy, and he was
Pee-wee,
he was, by the way, a really good actor.
Excellent actor.
He could totally go against character.
Yeah.
But the Pee-wee character that he created when he got more into children's theater type stuff was sweet and innocent and kind and more of what we need today.
You're an improv person. Did you know he developed that character when he was with the Groundlings in L.A.?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I
it was a little, more adult-oriented at first, but he toned it down for the movie and the TV show. So,
yeah, and when he was off screen, and even but even Pee-wee's Big Adventure, when he overcomes a gang of bikers in a bar by dancing a ridiculous dance, it was adorable and
it was
endearing.
Fun. It was fun.
He did the same thing as Norm did. He was suffering mightily, and nobody knew. Because he didn't want people to think of him as, the victim, the cancer patient, whatever.
Right.
And we will forever remember him as Pee-wee. We will forever remember him for being the hilarious, gentle, kind, sweet, goofy person that he was, and not the bald, suffering...
Right.
patient that he was, and for that I thank him and Norm. I wasn't into Norm's humor, and as I went back and I saw the dedications, and I went back and went deeper, I mean, my God, the guy was brilliant.
He was brilliant.
Absolutely.
I loved him. I loved him on Weekend Update. He was so good on Weekend Update.
Oh yeah, and he went hard. He went hard on those that kind of deserved it.
I got fired for it.
I disagree with him on the Michael Jackson thing, because I still think Michael Jackson was innocent. I'm going to be honest, but
nuts, but innocent.
But he didn't fall prey to the censorship. He said no.
Right.
And I really think that Paul Reubens was the same way. I mean, and God bless. Great, now I can't think of his name. Good old what's his name, who did Batman and Edward Scissorhands and The Thing.
Tim Burton?
Yeah, God bless Tim Burton for giving him another shot after the so-called disgrace, the news.
No, he was caught, but that's before.
Amazing in that Batman movie, and
he was.
That
the
restarted
dad.
his career, and he deserved that.
Yeah.
He deserved that. And I'm really glad that he got that chance. And say what you will about Tim Burton. Again, not a person I agree with all the time. He gave and it wasn't even Pee-wee. He gave Paul Reubens another chance.
Right.
And Paul owned that part.
He also played against type in the movie Blow, although I've never seen it. I've been told
pieces of it.
his performance in that movie was astounding. You know, if you just think of him as somebody who plays the dorky Pee-wee character,
right.
you know.
And that's the thing I think people don't quite realize. And I mean, you get to see it with other actors because they don't play a particular character or invent a particular facade.
Right.
With Paul Reubens, Pee-wee was who he was. I think of it kind of like, what was his name? Dang it. Crud! I hate it when I can't think of somebody's name.
But it's
Earl, what was his name with the commercials?
Ernest?
Ernest, thank you.
Yeah, Jim Varney doing Ernest, or Al Lewis doing Grandpa on the Munsters.
Right. You know,
it's like
so versatile, and they can do so many
but
things
they're
that you
identified
don't even
with
recognize them when they're in another part.
And he did a lot of things.
You know, and you just, you know, Malkovich, same thing. You just don't even recognize them when they're in a different part.
Right.
And to me, that is the consummate actor. That is the person. He was an unsung hero. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
He had a certain innocence, and yet he also was a little precocious, and yet he could turn that on and off depending on his situation.
Right.
He was never predatory, regardless of what the charges were. You think about we got drag queens on Blue's Clues. You know, it's like, give me a break. This wasn't him.
Yeah.
And I think one of the best examples is when Grace Slick came on and sang The Little Drummer Boy in Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's like, how can you get more of a diverse, like a diversion?
Grace, if you're out there, you're still my one of my earliest showbiz crushes.
Really?
Yeah. God, she's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Even now,
beautiful,
just beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
What a voice!
Yeah.
Rattled the walls back in the day.
And how fun was? Did you know that she actually contacted? I'm so terrible with names. God, I hate this about myself. Good old what's his name from Labyrinth, who's dead. Why can't I not think of people's names?
What's her name from Labyrinth?
What's his name from Labyrinth?
His name,
yeah,
Bowie.
He's dead. Bowie, yeah. So she actually contacted Bowie, and he said, do my arrangement.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I just learned that this week. And that's what she did. So, which he did with Sinatra, right? Was it Sinatra that Bowie did that with? The Little Drummer Boy?
Oh, Bing Crosby.
Oh, Crosby. Okay, it was one of the Rat Pack. Anyway, I am with names as Biden is with numbers.
How many kids you got there, Joe?
203, 17,
We're skipping
49.
over the obvious news stories of the week because it's all that's there, and I'm tired of talking about them.
Yeah, you know, even Chuck is off for the week.
Yeah,
he'll
be back and he'll
next
talk
week.
about it.
Yeah. The man, we send him to Florida. He's on the beach. He's having a Mai Tai.
He needed it.
We actually confiscated his phone. He needed it this bad, so hopefully he's having a good time in Florida.
I did.
We're not even doing Florida Man in his honor. We're not even going to do a Florida Man because we just want him to enjoy the week
He deserves a
off.
break today.
Yeah.
And I know that I have a feeling that if he were able to reach us, he would be thanking us and just saying he's doing all right.
I mean, all that's in the news right now is Trump and Biden. Trump and Biden.
I'm
boring,
bored. I'm
yawn,
bored. I'm
yeah.
BOREAD bored.
BORAE.
Yeah, I'm covering both spellings. Bored. bored.
We need a new song. Spell like a bush.
Yeah.
Can't spell potato. I get made fun for. Oh wait, was that Bush? No, it wasn't Bush. It was the other dude. Anyway, see, this is how bad I am with names.
Yeah, it's Dan Quayle you're talking about. But anyway,
all right. Well,
that was a long time ago.
Rest in peace, Pee-wee. You will be missed. You are missed, and may you find your bicycle in heaven.
I hope he does.
CounterCultureWISE is proud to present News of the Weird and Wonderful. Here are your hosts, Melanie Hope and Jim Monis.
So I saw this trending, and I actually had to look it up, and I have actually watched the video. It is a bear.
It is a
It
bear.
is a bear. It is a bear, okay? But if you look at the still photo, it is so a dude in a bear suit.
That's true. It does look like a guy in a bear suit.
It really does look like a dude in a bear suit. But when you watch the bear get back on all fours and everything, it's definitely a bear. But in Beijing, a Chinese zoo has been forced to deny that its sun bear is actually a human in a costume. And, okay, I get this because this would actually be on par for what they've done before.
Right.
It's not like this is a new occurrence. But in this particular case, this is indeed a sun bear. The angle and the moment was all just right, but when you watch the bear actually go back down to all fours, it's very obviously a bear. Yeah. A video clip of a bear rearing up and interacting with a group of people at a zoo in eastern Hangzhou City went viral on Chinese social media, which is really surprising considering how restricted and censored that is. Many users posted comments doubting that the bear was real, with some alleging that its bipedal posture and wrinkled skin suggested that it was actually a human in costume, and it really, really does look like that in the still photo. But the zoo dismissed the rumors, saying in a statement written from the bear's perspective, which probably wasn't the best move. So the bear writes, "People really don't understand me. The zoo director called me after work yesterday and asked if I'd been slacking off by finding two-legged beasts to replace me. The bear's name is Angela. Some people thought the way I stand up looks too human, so I will stress again, I am a sun bear." So those who are doubting that the actual sun bear is actually a bear and might be a person in a costume, kind of got fed by the bear's response. So probably not the best way of doing that. Anyway, native to Southeast Asia, sun bears are named for a patch of bright orange or cream-colored chest fur that stands out against the rest of its jet black coat. It is the smallest bear, about the size of a large dog, even though this picture makes it look much, much larger, and is listed as a vulnerable species due to deforestation, blardy-blardy. And here's why people are doubting it. Other Chinese zoos have previously been accused of stocking their enclosures with animals that are not what they seem, including a hairy dog passed off as an African lion and a pool filled with penguin-shaped balloons. So you can imagine people are like, yeah, it's a dude in a bear suit.
Well,
and
I mean,
really
yeah, I mean,
this
is the nation that gave us people dropping dead on train stations, and
yeah, this is the
just
nation that
I'll
gave
just
us,
let it go.
Yeah, we shall say no more.
I shall say no more.
All right. Speaking of crazy creatures,
this is from Florida. This is not Florida Man. It is. It's Florida. Florida manatees.
Florida manatees, there you go.
Mounds of writhing sea creatures are piling up on Florida beaches, and authorities are warning concerned beachgoers to avoid the embarrassment of calling 911. It's likely a herd of manatees, and they are engaging in very public group sex, experts say.
It's
orgy
Pride
of
Month for
manatees.
manatees. What? Max, you'll get your say later, buddy.
Don't call us. We can assure you they are more than fine, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office wrote on Facebook. Manatees actually mate in herds like these, and often they are near the shore. So these poor young manatees grow up not knowing who their daddy is. I mean, is there some manatee version of Jerry Springer? I don't know. Anyway, manatees actually mate in herds like these, and often they are near the shore. They mate all throughout the year, but generally mating herds like these are seen in the summer months. If you see this, there's no need to call. Concern is understandable because the manatees appear to be in distress, like beached whales, including a lot of flopping and splashing around.
I don't know about you, but if I'm flopping and splashing, it's a good night.
Absolutely. However, anyone attempting to push them back in the water will be charged with manatee harassment. What?
Okay, that's my new favorite
That's way better than mischievous mischief or whatever that is.
It's malicious mischief.
Manatee harassment. I like that way better.
Manatees have special protections.
Sir, back away. I'm going to charge you with manatee harassment.
Officer, we were on the beach just flopping around having fun, and this human comes over
and splashing.
Flopping and splashing around.
And
this doofus
human
is trying to stop us from having our fun, man. Anyway, manatees have special protections as a federally threatened species. In shallower waters, the effect of their mating can be quite dramatic, with churning waters and flailing flukes and flippers.
God, that sounds just like our bedroom. Flailing flukes and flippers. It's like they have cameras in there.
The activity can attract onlookers who are either curious about the commotion or concerned that the manatees in the estrus herd, nice word, are injured, stranded, or in distress. Any disturbances in the mating herd may disrupt this natural behavior and jeopardize the reproductive cycle. Well, I should hope so. These manatees
with their
fornicating with their flailing flukes and flippers.
These kids today.
I don't know. Interfering can also be dangerous for manatees and humans. Manatees can grow to more than 13 feet in length and 3,500 pounds, which I don't think you'd want to. Might roll on top of people standing too close. So let them have their fun. You can secretly videotape it and sell it online. I don't know if you're into that.
Don't bug the manatee.
In April,
Don't even stem twice. Don't bug the manatee.
There'll be cards against the manatees. Anyway, in April, a 38-year-old manatee died at Sarasota's Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium, and an investigator revealed the cause was a rip in his colon caused by a sexual encounter.
Oh my, talk about flailing flukes. Holy crap.
He came and went, I'll tell you.
Who was he mating with?
No idea.
Is it weird that this is Pinellas, which looks a lot like Phallus County?
Nah, man.
So
that's a stretch, Melanie.
Won't anybody think of the manatees?
Oh, the humanities.
Oh, the manatees. All right. It sounds like Max has something he needs to say.
Oh. Does he?
Yeah, he's out there yelling.
Okay. Well.
We can go into more wonderful than weird, or...
Well.
We've got several stories.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right. Coors. Gosh, he's like making a lot of noise out there. Banging on the bells. Okay. Rugged man, but how am I hot? Coors appears to have taken a subtle shot at the Bud Light brand at his primary competitor, Anheuser-Busch. In April 2023, we know the whole thing, controversy, yada yada, Dylan Mulvaney. No hate, no shade, don't care. Dude looks like a lady, kinda, but not really. Probably not the best thing for redneck beer. Okay. Skipping down. Coors enlisted help from actor Cole Hauser, who is well known for his role as a gritty cowboy named Rip Wheeler on Paramount's Yellowstone. Really, Max? Really? I don't know if they can hear that or not, but man. In a post to social media, the popular Yellowstone actor said it is cool to be the voice of Coors' new commercial. Hauser said he's proud to be part of the company's incredible legacy. Cheers, he wrote in a social media alongside the new commercial. So it's way more American, way more gritty, way more manly. All I'm saying is they're playing their cards right. And he is hot. I mean, he's all bearded and cowboy-hatted and kind of handsome and all that good stuff.
All right, now. I wanted to take you away from me.
Well, I mean, he may or may not have hair under the hat.
Well,
it's not like I just love you for your hair.
Good thing. I ain't in love with your hair. If it all went out, I would love you anyway. Everybody, I'm gonna love you forever.
Forever.
Never mind.
Our next story comes from Max.
I didn't see that in our notes.
No, he wanted to bring it in and read it himself.
Well, that's different. You sure he's not going to try to take over the show?
I'm pretty sure he's not. He has the copy in his paw, and he's virtually jumping up and down to read it.
Well, he sure sounds sincere. Come on in, Max. Greetings, Mumsy and Father. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share this news with you. I wanted this fine platform to be the first place that anyone hears this exclusive.
An exclusive? Sounds cool. What is it?
You invested in a catnip farm? Oh, dear Father, I see you are suffering from a delusion that you are being humorous. Hey!
Burn.
Fear not, my beloved parents. This news will elevate your well-being. Indeed, your heart will undoubtedly sing for joy. This will be the wonderfulest of the wonderfuler, the nicest of nice things.
Hey, thanks for the tie-ins, Max.
Enough with the hype, son. Let's hear the story. Thank you, good sir. Dateline, Texas. Renowned pundit, journalist, and cat Maximilian von Riegelbieser has announced that he has thrown his hat into the ring and henceforth and forthwith will be campaigning for the presidency of the United States.
What?
In a conversation with his mirror, Max said that he has grown increasingly distressed at the state of our fine nation. What was once the land of the free and the home of the brave has become the land of the tree and the home of the cave.
What does that even mean?
Exactly! Now, where was I? Under the Riegelbieser administration, nice ring to that, wouldn't you say? My first 100 days will bring an end to the war in Ukraine, wherever that is, lower prices at the pump, whether it be gasoline or bicycle tire, and, of course, the rightful return of alphabets to the cereal aisle. Wait, they stopped making those? My campaign will start in earnest, which after much research I discovered is a borough in Indiana County, Pennsylvania. As president, I will advise the county to change its name as it is in Pennsylvania and not Indiana, which can be just as confusing to cats as it can be to humans.
He has a point, I think.
I will be announcing my potential cabinet after I have finished visiting all of the local antique and furniture stores, as I want this cabinet to best represent the interests of the American people. Max, I don't think you completely get... Now that the orange president ceiling has been shattered, I feel it is my sacred duty to take it to the next level. Very thoughtful, Max, but you don't have to. My campaign website and fundraising info will be available soon. In the meantime, I hope from the tips of my fine white whiskers that you will consider giving me the honor of serving me as President of the United States of America. Thank you, and good night.
Well, congratulations.
Max, sweetie, with all due respect, do you think you qualify to be president? I am taking no questions from the press at this time. Yup, he qualifies.
And now he's outside talking to the bison. How many votes do you think they get?
Well, as many as the dead people who vote Democrat that we mentioned at the beginning of the show. Or close to the beginning of the show, anyway.
Well...
This is going to be interesting. I don't have the heart to tell him that he... Oh, what the heck. It doesn't matter.
Let him do his thing. He's been busy hand-drawing posters. And I'll be honest, if that keeps him busy and keeps him from bopping the cats and getting into stuff and clawing my polka-dotted chair, I'm okay with that.
All right, well... All right.
I just, we're running out of Sharpies.
He does, yeah. He does need to calm down from bopping the dogs on the noggin, although...
Well, you know, he's like 1/10 their size and still gets the better of them, so I say Godspeed.
I'm 20 or 30 times bigger, and he gets the best of me a lot of the time.
There is that.
You know. Well, I mean, he's...
I think that has more to do with brains than body mass.
Well, anyway... By the way,
Father, I brought you the blue crayons. Come on.
A side note, I mentioned improv. We actually did an improv audition last night.
Oh yeah, I sucked it up bad, but you did really good.
You really think so?
Yeah. No, you had some really funny lines.
Well, I was nervous because I hadn't done it in a while. I'm standing there
we were surrounded by extremely beautiful young people, so it was intimidating. But us old geezers got a couple of decent lines in, but for the most part...
Well, there's going to be I figure there's going to be some roles available for old guys. I mean, we'll see.
We were surrounded by really intelligent, very funny, beautiful people who would never in a billion years listen to our show. So don't think I'm blowing smoke up anybody's tutu, because you know damn well ain't none of them ever going to listen to this show. But it was intimidating, I'll admit that. There's nothing to make you feel old like going to a local theater and looking around and seeing all the pretty young...
Well, I mean, you know, there was the one time when I walked up and I started doing this bit about a guy a minister who messed up the couple's wedding, and the guy said, "That's okay. You're my grandpa. It's all right." I'm like, "Oh God!"
Okay, now I'm a grandpa.
They had to pull out the grandpa. Okay, so I did grandpa because that's what you do in improv. You don't say, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
Yes, no, it isn't.
No, it's yes and I had to do the same thing. I was trying to play a different character, and they thought they were all the same character. I'm like, okay, I have different, voices, different accents, different affectations, and yet they just like, oh yeah, this is the same person who did our cake and did our sewing and did our surgeon and whatever. Like, all right, fine, I'm the same person, but I don't know.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
But like I said, it was a little intimidating to be surrounded by beautiful, young, talented kids. I know I don't have a shot in hell, but I had fun. And,
that's the important thing.
And, if I don't make the troupe, I would like to do workshops and I will be publishing my book, Improv Your Bottom Line, that has to do with all the tenets of improv and how to apply it to business.
I'm looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, it's like 2/3 written. I just need to get off my stupid hairy white behind and finish it.
Oh, you have hair on your behind? I got just the thing for it.
Everybody had... put the comb down, Monas. No. You need to have wax.
Joke wrecker, you.
All right. So, let's talk about these college students that total living hell out of a woke gender studies survey. This is fun. I mean, these replies are hilarious. Academic researchers condemn students' irreverent and offensive responses to an LMNOP XYZ survey, claiming the pushback indicates fascist ideologues and are living inside the house of engineering and computer science. Speaking your mind and having an opinion is now officially fascist. Interesting. In an article for the Bulletin of Applied Transgender Studies...
The what?
I'm just not even going to reread that because that's kind of disappointing. Academics from, guess where? Oregon State University wrote about their shock at receiving sarcasm and mockery in response to the research into undergraduate LMNOP XYZ rainbow students studying in STEM fields. I'm surprised there are any. The team claimed that 50 out of 349 responses to their questionnaire on the topic contained slurs, hate speech, or direct targeting of the research team. Direct targeting of the research team. Okay. Labeling them, malicious respondents, and adapted their project to examine how the joke responses relate to engineering culture by framing them within larger social contexts, namely the... Wait, I need this right now. Rise of fascism.
Online fascism.
Oh, but yeah, rise of online fascism. Like, totally different. Totally different. The result was the paper titled... Let me crack my knuckles here.
Go it. Do it. Go. Go, baby, go.
And I'm just saying, this is literally the name of the paper.
Go, man, go.
I'm not making this up.
Go.
I am not being facetious. I am not being hyperbolic. This is the name of the paper.
This should have been nice things. This should have been really kind of nice things.
Attack helicopters and white supremacy interpreting malicious responses to an online questionnaire about transgender undergraduates' engineering and computer science student experiences. Seriously, that's the name of the paper. Okay, try it again. Attack helicopters and white supremacy, interpreting malicious responses to an online questionnaire about transgender undergraduate engineering and computer science student experiences. Even if you take a breath at the colon, you can't. That's the name of the paper. Talk about first world privilege. The paper broke the responses down into themes like demographics, diversity, equity, which isn't a thing, and inclusion, otherwise known as DEI, or Die, Call Me!
You know, it's kind of sad that day is like Latin for God. Anyway.
Gender, anti-trans, anti-queer. The hell is a queer? Racism, anti-Semitism, and online hate subculture references. Give me a B. A bouncy bee.
Doinky, doinky.
And whatever else you want to throw in there. Okay. Several answers contain profanity, eek, gasp, and other offensive and obscene language, and many referenced memes. According to the article, when the malicious subjects were asked to fill out demographic data, 12 whole respondents indicated that their gender was related to a helicopter or aircraft ranging from an Apache attack helicopter to a V-22 Osprey. Okay. You know my gender.
I do indeed.
Yes.
Lord Bacon Slapper.
Lord Bacon Slapper. In the section declaring one's disabilities, responses ranged from claiming to be illiterate to lamenting, "My country is run by communists." That's a good one. That's my disability. Or even declaring that identifying as transgender is a disability in itself due to the inability to come to terms with biological reality, which is literally its definition.
I think you used this word earlier in our broadcast. Burn.
No, that's literally its definition. Identifying as transgender is a disability in itself due to the inability to come to terms with biological reality. That is like its dictionary definition.
Right. The next paragraph.
You know this isn't posting to YouTube, right?
I know.
One respondent claimed to identify as a gift card as their gender. Under racial and ethnic identities, they said, "I'm an ethnic gift card." I love these guys. I want to be friends with every one of them. And for disability, the answer was, "I don't have enough gift cards." Oh, God, there is hope for the future. I love these kids. Other responses to questions about identity rejected the researchers' project entirely, with answers such as, "My skin color is not important," which should be the official across-the-board answer. "Come on, man, these questions are stupid. Everyone is a grab bag of genetics from all over the world."
Bingo.
True. And "What else do you want to know? What I ate for breakfast? This question is unnecessary." Well, it wasn't alphabets, that's for sure. Online memes associated with white nationalist and fascist movements were present throughout the data.
So some Pepe frogs in there or something?
Probably. Alongside memes and content referencing gaming and nerd culture, the researchers further claimed. This is the best part. The research team declared that the mockery they received had a profound impact on moral and mental health in the arms of the angels.
In the arms of Satan.
For one transgender researcher who was already in therapy for anxiety and depression regarding online anti-trans rhetoric.
Wait a minute, can I just interrupt this whole thing? Did they not know this was going to be part of the result?
No.
Are they that sheltered that they didn't know there were going to be some people mocking them for being overly sensitive?
Had to be taken off the project to, quote, heal from traumatic harm.
From free speech. Sorry.
This person is, I mean, I don't want to use the word snowflake because even a snowflake is less fragile than this. This person is so fragile that words on a survey can send them into a suicidal spiral. This person is mentally ill and needs to be locked up, if not lobotomized, although they probably already
They're acting like they
are
already,
on the verge of being lobotomized.
they've already been by themselves.
It caused significant personal distress, and time had to be taken off the project. My God! You cannot function in society, you absolute twat
Wait a minute, hold on. They don't have to function in society. They're in college.
And they're still getting paid.
Uh-huh.
They're still getting paid.
By California state tax money. Yeah, or, I'm sorry, Oregon state tax money.
Yeah, pretty much the country's state. So it goes on for quite a ways. Some of the responses are absolutely hilarious.
We're going to post this
Caution
online. Maybe
/
even
encourage you to check in. So this will be on CounterCultureWISE.com, where all of our links are.
All the cool people go.
I can't even imagine being that fragile.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I get called a
wouldn't
Nazi
have married you if you're that
literally
fragile.
on an hourly basis. I get called a cultist and a Trump tard, and I don't even want Trump to run. I get called
Too late for that.
Nazi and Trump tard and cultist and on a not just daily, hourly basis. I get death threats like literally every day, and I'm like, you know what? Screw you! I'm packing. Do your worst.
Oh, and by the way, in order to get to our house, you have to drive down a long dirt road where everybody's going to see you long before you show up at our house.
Yeah. I don't get to
And by the way, I also own a sidearm. So that's 2 guns against you.
We are not saying that you should fight back with violence.
Right.
I think we need to continue to fight back with mockery.
Oh, I think mockery
until
is the
these
best policy.
children get over their damn selves.
Hey, Mel Brooks was the master at it.
Yes.
He made fun of Nazis to the point where it's just not even,
Yeah, but nowadays they would look at that and think he's serious.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of his
for Hitler. Oh, he's anti-Semitic, dude. Mel Brooks, really?
This is.
Seriously?
By the way, his real name is Melvin Lubitsky or something like that. Trust me, he's not a Gentile.
Roseanne Barr. Oh, she's an anti-Semite, dude. Really? She's a freaking Jew. For God's sake, get over. The problem is these pro-Palestinian, anti-Israelite people who are pretending that anybody who says anything that offends them are anti-Semites. It's like, do you even know what that means?
No, they have no
I
idea.
mean, these people literally called me. Now I can't think of the word.
A Zionist Nazi.
A Zionist Nazi. I am a Zionist Nazi. I want a plaque.
She's a freaking unicorn at that point.
I mean, the blue-eyed ginger thing may be fewer than, 0.1% of the Earth's, but being a Zionist Nazi on top of that, I want a plaque.
I think, by the way...
Forget your stupid button plaque. I want the Zionist Nazi plaque.
I think we should make one for you because...
I think we should.
And nobody else is going to do it.
These people, they have... I mean, earlier today on Twitter, and which isn't the real world, and I know it's called X and whatnot. I in my cold, dead mouth, will I call it X? It's stupid. Just like I will never call the Mariner Stadium whatever Tampax or whatever it's called now. I don't pay attention to what it's called now.
Well, I wouldn't call it what it's called because it would confuse me.
Yeah,
there's a ballpark in Las Vegas with the same name, only it's an arena rather than ballpark. If you catch which one it is.
I'm not going to call any of them.
Yeah.
Mariner Stadium where the Mariners play. That's what it's called. But to call me all these names is... you might as well call me a cupcake or a kumquat or whatever. It's like so off the charts stupid. They think it's an insult, but it actually just makes them look crazy. And then, of course, they can't ever make a... Oh my God, I'm saying like I'm AOC. They can't ever actually make a point without insulting you and resorting to scatological humor,
right.
What they think is humor.
Yeah.
So you'll say, well, actually, here's the report. Here's what actually happened. Here are the findings from the report. And they're like, Trump is a poopy pants and an orange man and you're an idiot and a cultist. And it's like, do you realize how absolutely moronic you sound right now?
No. They don't.
They don't.
It's all emotion and no reason.
They honestly think they're winning.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one earlier today where he was like, well, Trump's an idiot, a moron, you're a cultist, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really a Trump supporter, whatever. And he didn't concede and yada yada. Well, yeah, just like every election since, the dawn of time, he was like, hey, let's have a recount or investigation or whatever. And you're like, and Hillary, she conceded the day of, all capital letters, the day of. And
how do you say BS in English?
And then they posted a video where the description of the video literally says, the following night, Hillary made a speech about conceding, tomato.
Let's call the whole thing off.
I don't even give a crap. And so, literally, the link that they shared debunks what they said, agrees with what I said. Then, of course, there's a bunch of tards that jumped in and called me names and blah, blah, blah. And keep in mind, I have not called anybody a single name. I may have alluded to their inability to read or at least process what they've read. And, poopy pants and blah, 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 and all the ridiculous notions, you're in a cult, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, but I have literally read everything you sent to me. I've literally watched everybody you sent me. And you can't even admit that even the headline of the article that you sent me negates what you just said. And that makes me evil, awful, nasty, yardy yardy. It's just, it's so juvenile. It's so ridiculous. You're not owning anybody. You're not changing hearts and minds. You're not making a point. Calling people names is an instant admission to failure. The minute you call me a blank tard or an ite or an istophobe or a cultist, that is you admitting that you have nothing.
You lack the intellectual capacity to make an effective argument. That's
right. And once you prove yourself so intellectually lazy that you have to resort to name calling, I dismiss you. You're nothing to me. You have no value. The end. Have a nice day. And I will pray for your soul. And that's basically what I say. It's like, I'm sorry for what they did to you. I will pray for you. Which really pisses them off.
Well, we've approached the top of the hour, and
we have, but
this next one has to be the counter to what you just read. So
yes.
I must say it now.
Yes.
A small IT business in rural Western Australia has gained a lot of attention in recent days after posting a job advertisement with a very unusual requirement.
And we both signed up for the service same day.
Yeah. Wallace Computer Solutions, a small IT support business in Dawalinu, near Perth, recently posted an ad searching for a non-woke rut-row MSP L2 Plus technician to join the team. We are looking for an MSP technician who is now looking for a position in a company who is not woke and values diversity of thought, the advertisement read. The term woke has become popularized in recent years and usually refers to being socially aware, particularly around political and social justice issues. There are also those who use it in a negative sense, that's us, to describe ideologies, often progressive left-leaning values that they don't agree with. Under the core position details part of the job description, potential applicants were informed there would be no requirements for pronouns. We know what a woman is, the ad read.
Love it.
Ouch. Anyone willing to take this job would also never be forced to get any medical treatment. The part of the job description...
Ooh.
Yeah.
And this is Australia.
I know, well, yeah.
This is the country that built camps.
Right. This part of the job description is expanded on further down the page with Wallace Computer System Solutions, ensuring applicants will never be required to disclose their medical vaccination history in order to gain employment. You are not required to have COVID vaccine or other vaccine to work, the ad said. With a salary range of $65,000 to $90,000 a year, Australian, that's not bad, plus super and bonuses, the right applicant would be able to work completely from home. But however, a person was willing to move to Dawalinu, a town with a population of slightly more than 1,300, then it would definitely help in your negotiations. Reasonable. The advertisement also lists the company's core values, including that near enough is not good enough, and the classic business saying go hard or go home. All right. This isn't the only out-of-the-ordinary advertisement that has been posted by Wallace Computer Solutions. Last year, Managing Director Nathaniel Wallace shared a job vacancy to LinkedIn which was titled Unvaxxed Remote MSP Technician Job. Mr. Wallace told news.com.au that there had been more activity on his most recent advertisement than they expected. He said that because vaccinations become a contentious topic in the past several years, he deemed it essential to clarify our organization's stance on this issue. Prior to the advent of the COVID-19 vaccine, I expressed to our team my conviction that medical decisions should remain a personal choice.
Yes, duh.
I firmly stand by this position. It has always been and will continue to be the prerogative of our staff members to decide whether or not they wish to receive vaccinations or any medical treatment.
I'm amazed this is coming out of Australia, considering how totalitarian they are. Like,
we respect their personal autonomy
camps, people,
and
like,
do not seek to influence these decisions.
The
it's crazy, and it goes on really a far ways away.
It goes a ways. All right, one more story, and then we're going to head, pay a couple of bills. And for those of you who might think that is our fire alarm squeaking, which is a meme that we need to talk about. No, that is actually our dog.
Who doesn't like being boxed up while we do our show, but they...
Otherwise, they spaz out. She got a carrot. I don't know why she's spazzing. All right. Elon Musk has said, X, formerly known as Twitter, and it will always be called X, formerly known as Twitter, or X-Twitter, will pay the legal bills of anyone who is treated unfairly by their employer for their activity on his social media platform.
All the more reason to come to X if you aren't already there.
Mm-hmm. So basically, free speech, have a nice day, so saith Elon Musk. Love the dude. Don't know if I fully trust him since he's elite, but, you know, if he keeps doing what he's doing, I'm 100% behind him. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, pay some bills, let the dog outside, let the cat inside. We will be back with the new normal, and this is why we can't have nice things. See you on the other side.
In this digital society, making connections is quickly becoming a lost art form. Yet, if you are a small business owner, building your network is the only way you can get ahead. Can these skills be learned? You bet they can. Read Nose to Nose Networking. No-nonsense, in-person networking tips from a master. Who's the master? Well, who better to teach networking and friend-building skills than a golden retriever? The author, Melanie Hope, takes the antics of Abigail and translates them into the human experience. Through Abby, you will learn how to set your intention, build a network, and get into and out of conversations with grace. Find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, in hard copy or on Kindle or Nook. Visit CounterCultureWISE.com for direct links.
My fellow Americans, this is Donald Trump, the best president ever. Better than Washington, Lincoln, Coolidge, Hoover, or Harding. That's a funny one. Harding got that skater smacked in the knees. I will be making a big announcement soon about a dirty joke using the name Harding. But I'm even better than Garfield. Although he's the most like me, he's fat, orange, and he likes junk food. I love junk food. He does too. Great cat. Today's announcement is my biggest announcement ever. I have put my name on hotels, resorts, and golf courses all over the world. And they are great, and the best ones anywhere. They've been a huge success, but none of that compared to the success of my NFT cards. Due to their success, I am now offering, for the first time, a genuine, original replica of a deck of cards from my old Taj Mahal casino, which should still be under my name, but what can you do? I only have 3 decks in stock due to the printing press in the basement breaking down, so you'll want to jump on the chance to own this rare piece of casino history. This unique deck can be yours for only $499.95. Now, with the purchase of 1 deck, the best deck in America, believe me, you will be entered into a drawing to win dinner and a round of golf with me at my international golf links in Scotland. If you buy 2, I'll spring for dinner. Why not? If you buy all 3, I'll even pay your airfare. Where can you find another deal like that? Nowhere. You can't. For my working class fans, I'm also offering, for the first time, my own line of light bulbs. The brightest ones ever. Certainly brighter than that dim bulb Joe Biden, right? Remember, DJT is better than GE. Let's face it, General Electric wasn't even a real general. It was fake news. It's sad. Very sad. Fake news. And now an announcement even bigger than my biggest announcement. In the spring, I will be introducing my own line of breakfast cereals. Trump cereals are going to be the most delicious and healthiest breakfast cereals ever. Kellogg's will no longer be great. Post will be in the past. And the big G is going to stand for gone. You'll be able to start your best day ever with a nice crunchy bowl of the greatest granola, Special D, and my personal favorite, honey sweetened Milanios. That's going to be great. You won't want to eat anything else at all, ever. These purchases will help me continue to flog the dead horse of the 2020 election, which we all know was stolen. So do your part and buy these great products and at least keep me relevant. Go to I'mASucker.com/Trump today. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Any bank that's worth a bag of salt these days offers you alerts about your balance and your credit score. But is just knowing your balance really helping you? You need honest, in-the-moment financial advice from a trusted voice. At For Reals Bank, we are taking it to the next level. Introducing For Reals Alerts, the most honest money messaging you've ever experienced. You choose the voice that best fits your personality and needs, and we'll do the rest.
Dang, girl, you's a broke-ass hoe. You need to slow down and stop spending your baby daddy's hard-earned money. And what are you doing shopping at Macy's? You could have got that at the dollar store.
For the love of God, stop buying her drinks! Dude, she's already told you she's not going out with you! Besides, your alcoholic ass doesn't have any money left! Where were you gonna take her, the laundromat? For God's sake, stop already!
All right, lardass. After the 4th Arby's and 7th McDonald's transaction this week, we've locked your account for any more purchases outside of protein powder and a gym membership. Start walking and stop driving through, lardball!
According to our records, your savings balance is currently $0.08. Your most recent transaction was a withdrawal of $5,452,926.48, made 5 hours ago by your now former business partner, Bob. Bob is now on a private plane with your wife heading for an undisclosed island in the Pacific. I have connected to your GPS and am now searching for the tallest building nearby with an accessible roof.
Go to forrealsbank.com to sign up today. For Reals Bank, member FDIC, the Federally Dependent Idiots Committee. Max, stop yelling to be let out. It's dark out, and there are all kinds of things out there that will get you. Name one, Father! Well, for starters, there's the bison. They'll trample anything that even comes close. Well, then I'll avoid the hooved monstrosities. The smell alone is enough to keep anyone away. They are delicious, though. There's also coyotes. We see them all the time in the fields. What would I care about coyotes? I have no interest in crossing the border. That's not the kind... Never mind. Our neighbor Mike says he's seen some mountain lions in the area, too. Well, I am from Las Vegas, so that makes me a valley lion. I'm sure we'd have plenty to talk about. No, Max, these are really big cats. Predators. These are cougars. Oh, Father, I am not afraid of cougars. Mumsy was a cougar before she married you. I may not be as long in the tooth as you are, but I am certainly no spring kitten anymore, and thus not cougar bait. That's not the kind... Never mind. Look, I'm putting my foot down. You are not going outside in the middle of the night in the middle of the heart of Texas. There's rattlesnakes and scorpions and skunks and armadillos and... what now? They're a kind of armored possum. Never mind. Just trust me. You don't want to mess with them.
I don't know, Father. Those dillo things sound delicious. Plus, there's those shiny green bugs. Max, those are poisonous. Oh, Father, you worry too much. I am a grown cat. I can take care of myself.
Max, can you come help me with my pillow? It just doesn't feel cuddly enough.
Duty calls, Father. We will continue this discussion another time. But before I leave, I want to remind our dear listeners and viewers to visit our merch store. You can choose from a wide variety of apparel, accessories, and other goodies. Please keep us afloat. Please help keep Chuck around to report the crazy goings-on in Washington, wherever that is, and elsewhere. I swear, he is not making this up. By contributing today, you will also help keep Mumsy and Father on their anxiety meds. Hey! For these reasons and so many more, I beseech you to visit our merch store at CounterCultureWISE.com.
This is not Bubble Waters. It is no longer 2020. But this is your new abnormal.
Experts say extreme heat is already costing America $100 billion a year. For the longest time, I've been told to give up American manufacturing. And today we're celebrating a signature program, the American Rescue, and within the American Rescue Plan. Some critics said that we didn't need the American Rescue Plan and passed the American Rescue Plan back in March. America can do better. And American manufacturing is booming. Back in the day when my grandpa worked for the American Oil Company, my state is one of the highest cancer rates in the history of in America. As the most advanced country in the world. God bless our America. It matters. They get in the game when the United States of America makes a judgment. Black, brown, Latino, Latin American community, Native American communities. I used to get in trouble for saying when I was a senator, America has a lot of responsibilities. You're just as smart, you're just as bright, you're just as good as any college in America. Within the first months of my administration, we passed the landmark American Rescue Plan.
Vagina.
That never gets old.
Never, not once. So, I want to remind you that San Diego, the city of San Diego, California, is part of the United States of America. I just want to let you know that it is.
Isn't Newsom their supreme overlord?
I don't know. Anyway, the temporary commercial use permits for vending were assigned on Monday, April 17, 2023, during a live-streamed opportunity drawing. Click the button below to see the allotted space assignments and click the video link to review.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know. The Port of San Diego, heretofore known as Port, is responsible for the public tidelands of San Diego Bay. So far, so good. The Port has created reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions on expressive activity and vending. Restrictions on expressive activity?
That kind of sounds like a violation of the First Amendment. Am I kooky?
That don't sound too right to me.
Yeah, it sounds kind of not...
No, sir, I don't like it. Anyway.
American-y.
Restrictions on expressive activity and vending to ensure the safety of artists, performers, and their audience, as well as vendors.
Well, if it's about safety, then, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Give them my freedom.
Free
I mean,
speech,
after all, it worked so well with COVID.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, I mean, if I'm going to be safer, then by all means, knock out the First Amendment. Let's do this.
As well as vendors, customers, and the general public. Port District Code, Super Duper Code, Section 8.05 addresses commercial business and First Amendment activities in its jurisdiction. It's the First Amendment. It doesn't need jurisdiction, fools.
Yeah.
The Port's Parks and Recreation Department administers the permit requirements designated under SDUPD. I'm just going to call it stupid. Under Stupid Code, Section 8.5, the Harbor Police Department administers enforcement of Stupid Code, Section 8.05. What is expressive activity? All forms of speech and expressive conduct, including but not limited to distribution of non-commercial information, solicitation of funds, subscriptions, and or signatures
that the government doesn't agree with
for a charity, religious organization, nonprofit, or government
Who's
entity.
his daddy? I forget.
Who's his daddy? Who?
The governor of California. Who's his daddy?
Newsom?
Yeah. Who's his daddy?
I don't know. I barely know who he is.
Man.
Anyway,
he's
related to Pelosi in some way. I know that, but beyond that, I couldn't tell you. Anyway, sale or performing of artwork, speeches, and or performances that are inherently communicative in nature and have only nominal value apart from its communication. Who decides what's nominal? The nominal. Boop, boop, be-doobie. Expressive activity, time, place, and manner restrictions. You can speak freely between the hours of 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. within allotted spaces within designations.
This much less country. My God.
First,
you can speak freely between these hours. Seriously.
Allotted spaces within.
Isn't that the what was it? Hour of Rage, or 20 minutes of rage? What was it from 1984 where they have the 5 minutes of?
I don't remember what the poop. And then it describes commercial vending and blah, blah, blah. And how to apply for a permit, enforcement and penalties. Ooh.
2 minutes of hate from 1984, where you're allowed to scream out.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course.
Well, Sadie is demonstrating the 2 minutes of hate, where you're allowed to say whatever you're allowed to say for 2 minutes a day.
I haven't read the novel yet, so when you said from 1984, I literally thought you were going back to...
You haven't read the novel?
No.
Oh my God.
Seen the movie, but I don't...
I've read it twice.
I saw the movie version that came out in the mid-'80s.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie.
Yeah, I've seen the movie,
okay.
but it's
well,
been a long time.
I'll tell you what. This week, here is my homework assignment.
Okay.
You read the novel, and I will watch the movie.
Okay. We have an excellent library system here in the area. I'm sure I can dredge one up or find one at the used bookstore.
I can send it to you. I have it. I've read it multiple times.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be fine.
So you read the book, I will watch the movie, and we will report on it. But holy crap! That's literally.
There's a if the first offense is $250, the second is $500, and then after that it's $1,000 each time. If I were a millionaire, I'd go out there and talk whenever I wanted to all day long, and they just keep dinging me for $1,000. Whoever is responsible for this, the Port of San Diego, its commissioners need to be removed. Because they clearly have no idea what country we're in. So, yeah. When Melanie first told me about it, I thought it might be in San Francisco or somewhere, but no, this is San Diego.
Man, it's still California.
Well, anywho.
Well, let's go to the other side, New York City.
All right.
Okay. French fries.
Mm-hmm.
One of your favorite foods of all time, next to burgers. But
especially next to burgers.
Yeah, like literally go next to burgers. And what do we put on French fries?
Well, usually ketchup.
Yeah.
Although if you're in, I guess if you're in the
I
Netherlands,
like tartar sauce, but
I guess in the Netherlands
good.
It's mayo, according to John Travolta.
All
but
right,
anyway.
well, now you have to make a special request for ketchup and napkins and any utensils you might need, because it is now illegal in New York City.
Unless you ask for it.
Starting Monday, utensils, condiments, packets, napkins, or even extra containers won't be automatically included in takeout and delivery orders unless otherwise requested. The Department of Sanitation
This is the same...
said in a press release.
This is the same city that recently got rid of the brick ovens that make New York pizza.
Yeah.
New York pizza.
I didn't get rid of them. They just made them so expensive that nobody could afford
For all
to
intents and
actually-
purposes, they got rid of them.
Delivery and courier services may not provide these items unless such items are requested by the customer. Because when I order French fries, I automatically think, oh yeah, and include the ketchup. Nobody thinks that.
Well, people in New York are going to have
I'm
to.
still pissed off that Taco Bell didn't include the hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's like, or better yet, the straw. You have to request a frickin' straw to drink your blankety cursing drink. Really trying not to swear today.
I've noticed.
Yes. Thank
Admirable.
You. I'm trying. The new requirements stem from a.
We're almost there. We got half an hour, babe.
The stuff. I'm gonna make it. You watch. I will frickin' do this. I will blankety cursing. Gall darn it! I will blankety blanking son of a bunny biscuit do this. You just watch. It's gonna happen.
All right.
For once in my life, I'm not gonna. Okay.
Yeah, can we get on with the show?
Yeah.
I just thought I might ask.
Mayor Eric, I eat fish because that doesn't count as a meat, so I'm still a vegan. Adam signed earlier this year. Bronx Councilwoman Marjorie got 67 dozen names because that makes me a diversity hire. Introduced the bill, highlighting that $40 billion of plastic utensils are discarded by the U.S. every day, according to the official council transcript, which I'm sure is every bit as reliable as the Russia files or the other things that they release. Yes. This bill aims to reduce the amount of unnecessary plastics and other items that food establishments. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in here. There is a tiny part of me that kind of agrees with them.
I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, I do, because when I ask for extra barky sauce, let's say I order 5 tacos, okay? I like fire. I like the hottest sauce they got because, I'm a white person and us white people do not like to spice our foods at all. So when I go to a taco joint, I want the spiciest salsa they got because I am such a pussy. I cannot handle that. Because
that's borderline swearing, by the way.
My white skin absolutely dictates the fact that I cannot stand any spice at all. So even though I have probably 60 spices on my wall, I will never, ever,
not to mention
ever,
numerous
ever,
hot sauces.
Ever use them. Yeah,
on the
not
table.
to mention my carousel of numerous type
Tabascos.
sauces and every Tabasco that's ever been made. Because of my white skin, I will not spice my food because
it's for our ethnic friends when they come to visit.
Yeah, that's just not a thing. When I go through, say, Taco Bell or Roses, or any of the others, I always ask for the spiciest sauce they have, which is still really, really pussy. It's still really sad and pathetic and not spicy enough for me. But I'm a white person, so what do I know? If I eat a salsa and it's just like nah, that's because of my pale skin that I can't taste the diversity of spices that are in there because I don't know how to spice my food. But let's say I go through Roses or Taco Bell or whatever, and I ask for the spiciest sauce they have. I need 2 packets for my single taco. They give me 600,000 packets. There are more packets of salsa in the bag than there are items that I ordered. I will go through it. I'm like, give me beans and a taquito and a taco and a burrito.
Don't forget a quesadilla for me.
Quesadilla for Jim, and also your spiciest salsa that you have. First of all, they look at my pale-faced, blue-eyed, ginger-haired ass, and they're like, "Oh, you can't handle a lot of spiciest salsa, so we're gonna give you that." Yeah, give me the real shit. Oh,
you were borderline.
So good.
You were borderline with the P word, but then you just went right. I knew you couldn't do it.
I tried.
I was holding my breath.
I
It was like,
really tried.
We'll try again next week.
It's 9:34.
Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody. Yeah. Give me the real Gully Garson stuff. Oh, man, it was so close. Whoa! Give me the real stuff.
You know, we all
Give
expect
me the
it.
real
You're
stuff. But they're like, oh, pale face, blue-eyed ginger, you can't handle the real stuff, so we'll give you mild. No, mild is like just don't bother.
Yeah.
Mild salsa is it's not
Even
I
get medium for Pete's sake.
Yeah, and medium is for pussies. I mean, come on.
Well, thank you.
No, I want.
You've used the P word 3 times. Well, I mean, you've blown it already.
That's not a swear word. I want set your eyebrows on fire. I want jalapenos laugh at you and stroke themselves while they're watching you eat it. Don't give me this namsy-pamsy, oh, you pale-face can't stand it. No.
You've really beaten this one up.
Yeah, I'm a little bit miffed about it because I am really sick. Because you know why?
Why?
Do you know why this upsets me so much?
Don't know.
Because more friends, if you think about it, I have more black friends than white.
It's true.
And not a blessed, God love them, beautiful souled one of them can outspice me. Not a, try not to swear, none of them like spicy food. None of them. Even, I love you, Jesse, you're like the most brilliant, amazing human being I've ever known. Even those from the South do not spice their food. Okay, so I'm just putting this out there. I have more black friends than white. And not a blessed one of them spice their ever-loving food. None of them do. They're all a bunch of spice pussies. And when I spice my food, I love you, Beverly. When I spice my food, you can't eat it. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Thank God.
Okay, so that being said, the entire reason I went
what
up
being
on the
said?
tirade,
Never mind.
It's racist to say that white people don't like to spice their food because I'm just going to say this once, and I will never say this on the show again. Who invented the spice trade? Weren't no black people. Weren't no Asian people. Just putting that out there.
It wasn't?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I'll have to read my history books again.
Read your history books because I frickin' teach it, which makes me an idiot and a moron, a tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist.
You forgot the Nazi
occultist,
bit.
Nazi, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because the minute you say you're a teacher, they're like, yeah, anyway. Okay. So, getting back to the original thing. When I say hottest you got, they give me 600 billion packets of sauce. I need 2.
Right.
I got 4 chips, half a bean. They don't even do green onions. You know, basically a snot booger worth of sour cream. And I need 600 billion I get more packets of salsa than they pretend there are Biden voters. It's ridiculous, okay? So I kind of get where New York's coming from. If I want ketchup, just give me a blankety cursin' ketchup packet. And if I want more, I'll ask for more. But if I say, hey, can I have ketchup with my fries? Don't give me a packet of ketchup for each individual frickin' fry you served me. It's stupid. I should not go to Taco Bell and order nachos and say, give me the hottest salsa you got.
I will not speak for any other household, but with us, we don't like using the packets at home.
No, we toss them.
We toss them, so it's an absolute waste. I do get it.
I kind of do. But the thing is, I shouldn't have to ask for it, okay? If I order some fries, if I order a taco, give me my blessed packet of seasoning.
And by the way, it's not us that should have to ask. It's the employees who need to be judicious about it.
Right.
Offer some and then give a proportional number.
Literally.
That's all I
It
ask.
takes 2 brain cells. I know you can't type it into your magical computer, since you can't count back change, because if the system goes down, you can't even operate. But think about this. 2 tacos, 2 packets of salsa. End of discussion. Have a nice day. I do not need my entire bag full of salsa for 2 frickin' tacos, okay? It's stupid. When I ask for salt, give me a packet of salt. Every time I go through Wendy's, which is like, if I have to order fries, if I'm so desperate that I'm going to go through Wendy's to get fries, Wendy's is my go-to. I mean, if there's not a Five Guys present, if I don't have time to go to Red Robin, and I'm like, oh my God, I want fries so bad I can't stand it, Wendy's is my go-to. I will not eat McDonald's. I won't eat any of the other garbage because they're not even potatoes. If I'm so desperate for fries that I'm willing to go through a Wendy's drive-thru, give me some frickin' salt. And you know what? 1 packet. That's it. That's all I need. When I say, hey, can I have some salt? Do not hand me 600 billion packets of salt. You're not going to get Biden elected that way. Okay? It's not happening. It's not real. All of those packets of salt are going in the garbage. I have 1 small order of fries. I need 1 packet of salt. Why is that so hard? If I go through your establishment and I get a small order of fries, I need at most, if I'm like, I want to saturate them, I want to go in crazy and just gush tomato sauce all over them, at most I need 2 packets of ketchup. What do they give me? 450,000 packets of ketchup. It's ridiculous. I do not need 87,000 packets of ketchup any more than you can pretend that there were 87,000 votes. It's not real. It's not right. It doesn't make the fries any better. It doesn't make them any more legitimate. You're just being stupid, okay? 2 packets. And I shouldn't have to ask for them. I shouldn't have to ask for a straw. I shouldn't have to ask for a fork if it's food that requires a fork. I shouldn't have to ask for napkins ever under any circumstances. Grow up, do your frickin' job, and let me just pay you.
So the 10
way
people
more
behind
than
us
you deserve.
So the 10 people behind us can get their orders too.
Hello. I might even pay for them if you did your frickin' job right.
We have done it, and people have done it for us.
Oh yeah, many times.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. People say that when we say there's an attack on Christianity, they're a bunch of paranoid fools. Okay, here we go. This is from England. A Christian counselor who tweeted, "Pride is not a virtue but a sin," is being investigated by conservative headquarters.
And for the record, dude is black as night.
It doesn't matter.
It
for the
really
love
does,
of
though,
God.
because if you say it's some white guy, oh, white supremacist, no. It makes a difference to them for some reason.
Okay.
I mean, it's disgusting. It's repugnant. It's gross, but it does. So we're just putting it out there.
Anyway, let me finish.
All you race-baiting communists can know that. And he's really good looking too. He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, he's not a bad looking guy at all.
Yeah.
He could be in movies.
His
King
name is
Lawal,
King Lawal,
a Northamptonshire councillor, has been suspended from the Conservative Party and said he has been cancelled by 6 other organisations after expressing his religious beliefs on social media. Responding to images of pride parades organised by LGBT groups at the end of last month, he wrote, "When did pride become a thing to celebrate? Because of pride, Satan fell as an archangel. Yes. Pride is not a virtue, but a sin.
True.
Those who have pride should repent of their sins and return to Jesus Christ.
100%.
He can save you. Hashtag Pride Month, hashtag Pride 23, hashtag Pride Parade."
Amen.
The post included an image with a verse from Isaiah 3, verse 9, which said, "Whatever God calls sin is nothing to be proud of."
Amen.
Ooh, there's an actual verse, folks.
Why is he in trouble for that? That's
CLLR
true.
Claire Lawal said that soon after posting the tweet, he was... Oh, Councillor Lawal, okay. Councillor Lawal...
Is that what Lawal means?
Yeah, that's what it means. 31 said that soon
is
after
31
posting
his
the...
age?
No, he's the 31st person named Lawal who's in the council. Melanie, come on.
Honest to God, why would they include his age? Why does that matter?
Well, why would you say it was black? It doesn't matter.
No, the fact that he's black and they're being, racist prigs is important. But why do we care about color?
They always post the person's age.
I don't
Always
care about his age.
Said that soon after posting a tweet, he was suspended by the local conservative group pending an investigation involving CCHQ. He said he was forced to resign from his job and the thing.
Is not only is he black, he's also very, very young.
Yes. He said he was forced to resign from his job in a nursing and care business after receiving an ultimatum by a different local authority because of his tweet.
I do not have enough middle fingers to reply to that.
Councilor Wall was also removed as a trustee from an organization that helps children get access to green spaces and suspended as an Academy Council member for Weaver's Academy, a state secondary school in Wellingborough, Northants, according to correspondence seen by The Telegraph, UK.
So
his local library,
not related to any of this garbage.
His local library said he could no longer host a planned surgery at the venue.
And what?
I guess he's a doctor. Speaking for the first time since the
wait, questions, so many questions. A surgery at a library?
To demonstrate how it's done.
But it's at a library.
Uh-huh.
And it's a surgery.
I don't know.
I'm really confused about that one.
He was hosting it. It wasn't me. I don't know.
I don't
know what it means. I honestly don't know.
I'm going to need help with that one.
Anyway, speaking for the first time since the backlash, Lawal said it is now almost impossible to say something biblically truthful on sexual ethics in UK society without being canceled and having your life ruined. He added, "What I said was biblically sound and a protected expression of the Christian faith."
He's right.
As the only black counselor in the whole of Northamptonshire...
See, he mentioned it.
I'm not going to mention it anymore. You mention whatever you want. I know what it is like to be in the minority, and I would never discriminate against anyone.
Amen.
I have diligently represented all of my constituents. However, I must also be free to express my beliefs without fear.
Yes.
The blunt emails and cancellations I received were shocking and hurtful. There was no respect, no conversation, and no reasonableness.
No, but
there were times when There were times when my heart was pounding and everything was spinning out of control over one tweet. What has happened shows that I am not free, and this is not a free country anymore. Mm-hmm. If it was free, I would be able to speak. Yep. Councillor Lawal said he was considering legal action over alleged violations of his rights to freedom of speech and freedom of religion. Councillor Jason Smithers...
They technically don't have in England. We have it here, but they don't. I mean, that's kind of the reason why we even exist. If you think about it.
Yeah. I think they have supposedly reasonable accommodations for it.
They have it, but they don't. I mean, we fought a war to have that, and now we're like, I don't really want it anymore. But technically they don't, and neither does Canada.
Anyway. Dude Smithers, leader of Northamptonshire Council, said, Northampton, you got to keep making me say that? Northamptonshire Conservative Group are an inclusive group. Blah, ha, ha. We continue to be committed to reducing inequality within our communities. Blah, ha, ha. And creating a fair and inclusive environment for everyone.
Except those we disagree with.
We fully support our LGBTQ plus community as we support all communities. CCHQ and The Weavers Academy have been contacted for comment. So, beware.
We're being hunted, and this was actually predicted.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, this was predicted. I don't even want to read this one because it's so stupid.
You don't have to. We got other stories.
I think I actually saw these today. Yesterday. Footwear company Doc Martens recently came under fire for advertising a pair of DIY designed shoes featuring a transgender person with
a DIY person?
featuring a transgender person with double mastectomy scars.
Handsome.
Last week, Doc Martens USA Instagram account posted a free giveaway for a customized pair of shoes designed by a queer artist. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't give a crap. To win, followers were asked to like the social media post, follow the Instagram account, and tag a friend in the comments. The company is not selling the one-of-a-kind pair boots. Basically, it looks like a pink monster with stitching under its boobs. It's hideous. The shoes are absolutely gross looking. Of course, all shoes are, but these particularly. And I mean, I would be embarrassed to wear those. I mean, they are really ugly, like hideously ugly. Giveaway. We're giving away a customized pair of Docs by this person who I don't give a crap. Inspired by the queer community because we're disgusting. How to enter, like it, follow it, tag a friend, yardy yardy, one entry per person, blah blah blah. Okay. The pair of customized boots features an illustration of a transgender person with double mastectomy scars, rainbows, and the text "Queer Joy." So basically, first of all, if you're dumb enough to wear shoes to begin with, which that's a whole other story, and you also want insanely ugly shoes that basically look like old school boot roller skates without the actual rollers. So they're like white roller skate boots minus the wheels. And you also want a hideously ugly painting of a freak pink monster looking troglodyte thing with scars under her boobs because she's mentally retarded and needed to have her boobs removed in order to make herself feel better and part of a rainbow. Then you can enter this contest and hopefully win these insanely, ridiculously, hideously ugly, stupid-looking shoes that promote insanity. Okay, I think I said everything I needed to say. Next.
All right. Well, this doesn't scare me at all.
No, this is
No, not at
terrifying.
all. No.
Yeah, no.
Because our
Look
overlords
into the
at
eyes
Microsoft
of Bill
know.
Gates and do not be afraid.
Microsoft has begun quietly installing built-in artificial intelligence AI software across its Windows 11 machines, prompting outrage from privacy experts.
Did you know that all of our machines are Windows 10 and I kind of don't want to upgrade?
Well, I'm using a Chromebook, which doesn't apply. You know, on our end, Google's going to be doing it for us. So anyway, according to Microsoft, the inclusion of AI is intended to enhance the usability and speed of Windows 11. Mm-hmm. However, experts have pointed out, now I always get a little bit skeptical about experts have pointed out, just that the software that's just to be fair, poses real potential privacy invasions resulting from AI integration within Windows 11. Naturalnews.com reports, at first glance, it seems that Microsoft's newly integrated AI will have the capability to analyze all the content on your computer using its AI engine regardless of your preferences. The introduction of a feature called Windows Copilot, which utilizes AI to interact with Microsoft's cloud-based systems, was announced for Windows 11. According to Microsoft, Windows Copilot aims to assist users in achieving greater productivity and simplify the process of app development for programmers working on Windows applications.
They chose the term Copilot to prey or maybe to mock those with the bumper sticker, "Jesus is my co-pilot."
I don't think that was their intention. I don't know. I don't know.
I do.
I don't think there's enough people familiar with that sticker to make that stick, so to speak.
I will debate you on that.
Although,
there's a whole song. Jesus, take the wheel.
I know.
No,
I've heard the song.
I think that like the pride flag itself, the rainbow, and taking pride as one of the 7 deadly sins, the rainbow, which is a promise from God, those were intentional. I think this is too.
Well, either way, the
I can't mind read. I can't mind read.
No, of course not.
I'm just positing.
Although Windows Copilot has the potential to enhance productivity, concerns arise regarding the increased access it provides Microsoft to users' personal information stored on their computers. The integration of AI in Windows 11 may grant access to master keystrokes, saved data, and deleted information. This data could be vulnerable to hacking, misuse, or even collection by Microsoft itself, much like Google already does. Well, that covers my Chromebook.
Yep.
As AI learns from user interactions with Windows 11, large amounts of private data can be gathered. The closed-source nature of Windows adds to the uncertainty, as users may never truly know how their data is being collected and utilized by the operating system. And that raises concerns about potential misuse or unauthorized use of user data by cybercriminals or Microsoft. I think they're one and the same, according to the site Jeff Pro. The central concern lies in the user's ability to control their data and decide when. This is taking paragraphs and paragraphs to repeat the same thing they just said.
Right.
So I'm not going to read anymore, but that's our future.
Yep.
Because eventually your computer's going to die down. And when it does, you're going to get a new...
You're going to have to.
You're going to get either a new Apple product or a new... Unless you want to buy one of those new computers that are totally independent but cost $4,500 for something that would be,
like
$800 if it was...
Yeah.
So
I'm going to eke mine along as long as I can. All right, well, we are at the top of the hour, which means that we have a wonderfuller to share.
Here on CounterCultureWISE, we may rant, we may rave, but most of all, we go against the current culture because we believe, to the core of our beings, that humans are good and the world is an amazing and beautiful place. At the beginning of our show, we give you news of the weird and wonderful, but that is just the tip of the magnificent iceberg that is our world. We now present news of the wonderfuller.
We don't have a lot tonight because we are at the end of the show, but the one we have is one that will touch your heart. This comes from Harrisburg, Virginia. A police officer ended up making a new four-legged friend when responding to a call. WHSV reports that a couple of weeks ago, someone had thrown a kitten from a vehicle. I don't know what kind of monster would do that. And I'm glad I wasn't there to witness it. As you can hear, our dogs were as well, because they love kitty cats. A resident called 911 about the cat and scooped up the animal. They brought it home, but they couldn't keep it or take it to an animal shelter, which really upset our dogs, as you can hear. That's when Officer Timothy Rugg, with 2 G's, was called and went to the person's home to get the kitten to the shelter. Oh, this little calico, she's so cute. She was hiding under a couch. I reached under to get her. She immediately crawled onto my shoulder and perched onto it like a parrot and started purring. Max used to do that when he was little. But when he got to SPCA to drop the kitten off, Rugg said he just couldn't let her go. Been there, done that. I just felt like she wanted to be with me. I thought I was a dog person, but we just kind of bonded immediately, and I just knew I had to take her with me. The officer ended up taking the kitten home and named her Penny. He said she has settled into her new home quite nicely. She was super scared when I got her, but now she's just super active. I'm having to arrange my entire apartment just to make it safe for the curious Penny.
She's a cutie pie.
Oh, she's darling. And while Officer Rugg has helped Penny find a safe and loving home, he noted that she has helped him a lot too. I don't want to mispronounce this beautiful little kitty cat. She's definitely making my days better and helping me relax. She's great. He never expected to gain a new four-legged friend while out on the job, but he's glad he did. I have to be careful to not go on too many similar calls, otherwise I'll have a house full of cats, and I totally get where he's coming from. She is darling. Would have brought her home in a heartbeat. Little calico girl. She's beautiful. So thank you for giving her a loving home. And folks, cops, not all bad. Let's hope they'll be on our side when the revolution happens, but I'm not going to talk about that tonight. Hey! We're right exactly at 10 o'clock. You got any words of wisdom, Mr. Monas, Mr. Jim Class, Mr.
Treat others with love and respect, because that's what God tells you to do, and also because it's the right thing to do.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week.
CounterCultureWISE is a Stormcat production.
Thank you for joining our growing family of listeners. All links from the show are available on our website, CounterCultureWISE.com. Find our archives on any of your favorite podcast hosts.
We engage in satire, commentary, and generally laugh at the ridiculousness of our crumbling society. Our only medical or financial advice is to not follow any financial or medical advice given by podcasters.
Our animations, interviews, Holy Crap segment, and other videos are put out on BitChute and Rumble, and only in part on YouTube because they hate free speech.
Our show is entirely funded by listeners like you. Visit our ever-expanding merch store or our Subscribe Star, where you can get outtakes, extra videos, and sneak peeks.
If you would like to be a guest on our program, feel free to contact us via our website. Just click on the link at the top that says, "Be a guest on our show."
For more fun and cat pics, please visit our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. For complaints about our show, please fill out the ID10T form on our website, and we will give it the attention it deserves.
Meanwhile, no matter how cruel the world may be around you, always remember the importance of kindness. Be kind to each other, be kind to animals, and be kind to yourself. See you next week.